You're live! Hello everyone, I'm Santiago and today I'm gonna be testing Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 on the GTX 1650, 3050, 3060 and 4060. How are you guys doing? Welcome. So first of all, thanks to Focus Entertainment for providing an early code of the game. They provided me 3 codes, one was for me, the other 2 were for teammates, but I don't have any friends, so I'm going to give those away. We're going to try a command to see if the giveaway actually works. A classic thing that you need to do, I guess. So, yeah, I need you guys to type !_ Space Marine 2. I'm going to paste it over here. And let me see if this actually works. I want to make sure that this actually takes entries. Huh. It's not taking any for some reason. What? Oh man, I love when things work. Let me try something else. Instead of... Tommy, ¿qué tal? Hey guys. Could you try again, but without the... without the exclamation point? Oh man. Yeah, I think Nightbot decided not to work. Nope, not working. Sorry guys, I need to try it. Oh, never mind. There you go. Okay. I gotcha. Okay, it works now. So just type Space Marine 2 if you want to enter. Don't enter it more than once, otherwise the Nightbot might nuke your entry. So keep that in mind. Just type it once. If you did it twice, don't worry, I gotcha. So yeah, don't put the... There we go. Just type Space Marine 2. No... So we're giving away 2 codes. So giving away 2 codes. Type Space Marine 2. Only once, please. And I'm going to pin that message. So the only requirement is that you guys add me on Steam later, so I can give it to you at the end of the stream. So thank you guys, and thanks again to Focus Entertainment for providing 3 codes, 2 to give away, 1 for me. I wasn't expecting them to give me more than a copy, but that's good. When they do that, it's a blessing, because you guys can also play the game. So we start with the 1650. Before starting though, let's take a look at the requirements like we always do. Then we take a look at the options menu to see what's to offer. So one moment please. Okay. So Space Marine 2. I actually got this game 2 days before release. So it releases on September 9th, which is next Monday. But if you buy the Gold Edition and the Ultra Edition, you can already play it. So they give you 4 days ahead. I think it's absolute BS that they do that. This is the real release date, I'm pretty sure. But hey, what can you do? So requirements... A 2600X, so 6 cores, 12 threads, makes sense. The amount of enemies, 8 GB of RAM, that's pretty low actually. 6 gigs of VRAM, so 4 gigs of VRAM right now would be interesting. RX 580, 1060, makes sense. And for the recommended, a 3070. Okay, 30 FPS with low preset SSD required. Huh, interesting. 75 GB of space. Okay, what interests me here is that the CPU requirements are a little bit higher than normal, so that's pretty good. That means that there will be a lot of enemies on screen. And you need a 5800X for 60. We'll see. We'll see about that. So yeah, those are the requirements. Actually, I thought it was going to be worse. Dale, Hiro, bye bye. So we got 1080p, you got FSR2 and TAA, and you can do upscaling with any of those two. With TAA, if you use upscaling, it's going to be FSR1, so it's going to be a little bit over sharpened. You got native, quality, balance, performance, ultra performance, and dynamic. Dynamic is for dynamic resolution. It's funny that it allows you to do dynamic resolution targeting 10 FPS, but you can do this up to 120. I wish there was a 144 option, but hey, what can you do? So yeah, dynamic resolution as well using FSR or TAA. We're going to start with quality, actually. Motion blur, no thanks. FPS limit, good to have this. And the quality presets, you got low, medium, high, and ultra. And you got texture filtering, texture resolution, which in this case, yeah, if I put medium, it says that uses too much video memory. We have a 4GB GPU, so we put it on low. Shadows, low, medium, and high seems to be affecting the resolution and the shadow filtering. Let's put it on medium. Well, screen space ambient occlusion, you probably want to put this at least on default, otherwise it looks very flat, as you can probably notice. I love that they show you what it does in real time. Screen space reflections, high, which gives them better accuracy, default or disabled. Volumetrics, the classic, the resolution of the volumetric stuff. Let's put that on medium, maybe on low later. And effects, this is the most interesting option. I really like this one. Low, medium, and high. On high, you can get blood on your character. That's awesome. I love that. So yeah, this one affects many things, especially the materials. Details, well, tessellation, and more detailed ground textures. So at least medium, I would say, is good. And cost simulation, this is for class simulation. CPU, this uses CPU actually. So we might need to lower this for lower end stuff. But the options menu, I think, is okay. Has a good amount of options. It explains everything. And you get a good amount of options as well. So yeah. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention, this game doesn't have the Nuvo or any other DRM. So yeah, I mean, that's fantastic. And we're going to start from scratch. So props to them for not putting DRM on this one. Yeah, the examples are great. I love it because it's so obvious what they do. So this is 1080p, medium. FSR2, quality, low textures, because we only have 4 gigs of VRAM. This is not a 1050 Ti, apologies for that. This is 1650. We might do the 1050 Ti at the end. And I'm going to skip this, don't worry. After the text, you can basically skip everything. 1070, I don't have one unfortunately, but it should be similar to the 3050. Yeah, similar to the 3050's performance that I'm going to show today. Did I miss a 3060? No, we just started. You're right on time. In the grim of darkness in the far future. By the way, there's also a shader compilation pass before the game starts, so that's good. Props to them for that as well. You can the chat summary AI thing, YouTube thinks we're all talking about PC specs for a game called Space Marine 2. Doesn't realize people are entering the giveaway. Ah, that's fine. Okay, so I'm trying to skip this, but I think it's loading something. Oh, there we go. Enter to skip. Thank you. So the very start of the game is not actually the most demanding stuff, but I think it's a good starting point. Yeah, texture quality is not great, we are below the minimum requirements. Okay, so far so good. The ground textures, oh my god, low textures for the win. But hey, 4 GB of VRAM. It actually looks pretty good. Molten plastic textures, yeah, but again, below the minimum requirements here. Let's see if it holds up. Also, they're using the Swarm engine. It's a technology they developed. They used it for World War Z. So yeah, definitely 4 gigs of VRAM is not going to load textures properly. Because on the Steam Deck I put textures on low and they looked way better than this. So definitely make sure to have at least 6 gigs of VRAM. 4 gigs, I mean, it works, but some textures, especially the ground textures, don't load properly. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Yeah, 1660 will be fine. Just, I mean, you have 6 gigs of VRAM, so you should be able to put it on medium and textures to load properly. But it looks pretty good even on low. The thing is, those textures. Oh yeah. Okay, so I can see that the performance hit will be when attacking multiple enemies. Already. But again, we're below the minimum requirements. I'm playing on medium settings, so the only thing we had to sacrifice were textures. But with medium, you got the screen space reflections, the screen space ambient occlusion. I was expecting much worse, really. I mean, yeah, I can risk pushing it to medium, but I mean, again, I tried the low textures on the Steam Deck, and the low textures looked way better than this. So I think the game is compensating the lack of VRAM somehow and not loading everything properly. Because I can assure you low textures looked better than this when I tried it. Press C to parry. There you go. Frick you, for the Emperor! Okay, parrying. That's probably useful. Ooh. FSR problem? No, I don't think so. It's not that bad. I agree. Again, this is a new game and we're below what the minimum requirements say. The thing is, yeah, the textures don't load properly at 4 gigabytes. Which again, I cannot give them I can give them a pass because it's in the requirement says 6 gigs of VRAM. So yeah. I forgot there's a dodge button. I played with this with a controller, so... Oof. Yeah, we'll see if it maintains this performance. We're definitely GPU limited. But anyway, I think you guys want to see a bigger battle, so what I'm going to do now... They put a handy skip intro. Thank you guys, I love you for that. So we can skip the first part and go directly into the meat and potatoes. But definitely, if you have 4 gigs of VRAM, the textures won't load properly so far. 1650 worse than Steam Deck? No, the thing is, the Steam Deck can allocate more video memory because it's an APU. It has 16 gigabytes of RAM. And it allocates VRAM as needed, so it can actually do more than 4 gigs. It's slower when it comes to GPU, but it can allocate more VRAM, so that's the advantage. Meat and potatoes are hungry, sorry to hear. Yeah, definitely, if you look at even the character, I'm stronger
and more resilient. You will take your place as an...
So yeah, for the second most popular Steam GPU, the textures don't seem to be loading properly.
But your dishonorable status as a black shield has been redacted from the archive.
Yeah, cutscenes are in-game, most of them. There's a few that are not in-game. There's a few
Lord Helga
FMBs.
has offered you a second chance. Do not taint it.
Can the LIX play this? Yeah, definitely. Let me try super quick medium textures and see if it fixes it. Doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, although this part, man. Yeah, here it drops pretty hard. Although I'm seeing some artifacts as well from FSR2. It's a basic FSR2. Yeah, it seems to be the old FSR, actually. Yeah, I think 900p will have to do on this one. Maybe even on 900p the textures will actually load properly, so we're going to try 900p with the upscaling once again, but we're going to keep textures on medium and hope for the best. And we're going to restart the game as well, but I'm trying to get to a checkpoint at the moment. But these environments are badass.
My lord.
Now this is a 1615 non-super. The super is going to be 5 frames ahead, maybe in the best case scenario 10 frames ahead. So let me restart the game. But again, we're below the minimum requirements, so I think that's an expected result. I was expecting was actually. What bothers me is the lack of VRAM. I wish we could actually add VRAM by ourselves, but we cannot. You have super. Well, the super is going to be more consistent, definitely. But I don't know about the textures. So give me a moment that I'm exiting the game. Just to make sure it's not a bug because of changing options on the fly. But it does have less options in the menu than World War Z for some reason. World War Z had like 10 options. But yeah, we're doing the 1050 Ti at the end. I'm guessing I'll have enough time, so don't worry. We'll be there. And thank you guys for sticking around here. There's 400 people watching. Holy hell, that's a lot. Thank you guys. If you like what I'm doing, please consider hitting like. If you do like this content or do not, also subscribe. But yeah, if you like the video, like it. If you dislike it, like it. And yeah, if you want me to keep doing this, that will help a lot. And also I'm giving away 2 codes of the game, so you can enter very easily. Okay, settings, let's double check everything is in place. 900p, quality FSR2. Texture filtering, we're maxing it out because odd angles. I'll keep it on high for now. Medium textures, medium shadows, default ambient occlusion. You don't want to turn this off, trust me. I think the volumetrics, we can lower them further. So we might lower this later. So yeah. Let's continue. And let's see if the textures load properly. If not, I'm guessing 4 gigs of VRAM is the issue. Yeah, enemy swarms will be interesting. That's why I skipped the intro. I skipped the intro to be able to actually show you guys a big amount of enemies. 3050 laptop, yeah, should be okay. If it has 4 gigs of VRAM though, I'm guessing you're going to have muddy textures. Oh my god, not again. Okay, textures, guys, on 4 gigabytes don't load properly.
Faster and more resilient.
Bigger, better, stronger, bigger, better.
Your brothers will know that you served in the death.
Are we going to test Rage 1, Final Fantasy 15 on Steam Deck? Rage 1, man, it's been a while since I played that one. I want to do the Rage franchise, which is only Rage 1 and 2. but one video for both games on Steam Deck, and Final Fantasy 16 is coming out next week, I think, or in 2 weeks. And apparently I'm getting a code for the PC version, so I might be able to play it, the full game on day one, which will be fun. But texture quality, it seems a tiny bit better now, but the textures at 4 gigs of VRAM don't load properly. And thank you so much, Craig Tech, for the $5 donation. He says, thanks for all your testing. Well, thank you for the support, sir. I highly appreciate that. It helps a lot. That's basically one video. So you already made this video profitable. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. For the lowest settings, let me get to a horde of enemies and we're going to try that. Because here we got room to spare, but there's nothing going on.
My lord.
But the texture quality at 4 GB of VRAM is pretty rough.
Lieutenant, forgive my hesitation.
Although it loaded a little bit better than before.
As am I.
RTX 3050 4 gigs would be better, probably, but I don't know about those textures loading properly. And thank you, Magnus40k. He says, for the $5 donation, he says, do you think 5600X and 4070 will be enough for 1440p? Yeah, definitely. I mean, the game also has DLSS. It's an older version, it's actually DLSS 2. But the game runs, runs better than anticipated, especially on the newer GPUs. I have a 4070 Ti. And I played it there. I was able to do 1440p. Personally, I like to use DLSS because the finer detail sometimes is better. This game looks a little bit soft with TAA. So with DLSS quality, I was like over 60 across the board. So on native, I don't usually play native if DLSS is an option. So 4070 Ti was okay. 1440p, that's the resolution I play at. What about 970? Man, the 970, remember guys the 970 fiasco that was 3.5 gigabytes of VRAM was fast, but if it went over 3.5, the remaining 512 megabytes were super slow. Man, I forgot about that. It's been a while. But looks pretty good even with the muddy textures. Also, they did a great job with the environments.
Yes, Lieutenant.
Nvidia moment, yeah. I'm glad they got sued for that. And thank you, Discord, for the 27 SAK donation. He says, long-time viewer, thanks for the effort. Well, thank you for watching and for the donation. I can actually view your activity. Joined 15 years ago to YouTube. Well, me too. Muddy textures actually remind you of the old game, part 1 versus this. Yeah, but they're a little bit too outrageously low resolution. I kinda get it if the game does that, because with the amount of enemies on screen, yeah, I mean, the ground absolutely dies. But here's the real test. Is the campaign short? I have no idea. I think it's 10 hours. But it's not only campaign. But the ground textures, yeah, at 4 gigs of VRAM, good luck. But yeah, the amount of enemies... Okay, so... this is the first part you're going to actually see a good amount of enemies. Like 9 hours, there's also co-op missions, yeah. Campaign, co-op, and multiplayer. Okay, here we go. Let's do the real test. Fury mode, which increases damage and durability and restores health. And did I miss something? Oh no, I didn't. For the Emperor! Oof. That's badass. I'm guessing if I played enough Helldivers, you actually have to grenade holes? No. Have you tried lossless scaling program? Yes, and it wasn't amazing. I was actually expecting more, but it does work well if you like frame generation. Personally, not a big fan of that. Mud textures is making me nostalgic. Man. I mean, it's interesting. This runs better than the first level, but the first level had lots of foliage. I guess that's why. So yeah, apart from the muddy textures, I think this is pretty good. Yeah, I wish I did the super as well. I had it, but it was too many cards. And actually, some people ask me for the normal 1650. Okay, yeah, with transparency close to the screen. This one it drops. But yeah, it seems to be fine right now. He answers, yeah, I need to be, I mean, I don't know if you guys knew, but the brain, when we talk about multitasking, actually the brain doesn't multitask. It puts one of the activities in auto mode, so no attention, and the other activity is actually the one that you put your attention to. So you can actually pay attention to one thing at a time, and the thing that I'm automating is actually playing the game. My brain is like, okay, you see enemy on screen, you press button. So I'm actually reading chat more than anything. Name's character is Tigress. Tidus! Yeah, kill them all! Are they xenomorphs? I mean, I'm not a Warhammer person because I mean, I know the games, but I don't know the lore or anything like that. But they're kind of like xenomorphs, right? There's probably going to be a mod in the future. Oh, the explosions. Clearly the World War Z developer. So as I was saying, there's probably going to be a mod to convert them into xenomorphs or something. You were worried this game wouldn't run on your PC, but SKD is very stable. Yeah, so far it's better than I anticipated. When it comes to performances, the thing is, again, the 4 gigs of VRAM doesn't load the ground properly. Chainsword finally. Oh, look at that. Okay, so a swamp and multiple enemies. Perfection.
Their ships, these pods, all of it. Their very existence is heresy.
We'll see. It will be interesting to try it on the 1050 Ti actually. Yeah, not liking Helldivers. Helldivers gave me the reflex to, in those holes, actually throw a grenade. And thank you to Zinky AQZ Lascar for the £2 donation. Thank you so much. He says, for a 3080 laptop, is that the same as a 3060 desktop? That's a good question. It should be like a 3070, right? Depends on the TDP that the laptop provides, because, I mean, the 3080 on a laptop in comparison to the desktop, there was quite a big difference. They now fix that with the 40 series. They are pretty similar to the desktop counterparts. But it all depends on how much wattage the GPU allows on the laptop. So how many watts? After the go away, you can't wait to play it? Hell yeah. When you're able to get into battle, the the Steam Deck suffers. Yeah, I played this on Steam Deck, guys. If you want to check it out, I left it in the description. But the game runs, but once you get into battle, the CPU suffers. So this game actually likes CPU, GPU as well, but this says that requires 6 cores and 12 threads. And considering the amount of enemies he can throw at you in certain missions. And did you benchmark already the Rogue Ally? Not yet, I'm going to, soon enough. And thank you FlexiGam for becoming an awesome supporter once again. Thank you, sir. Hope you're doing well. Whoa. Yeah, and sometimes the 3D models don't load properly outside of the camera view. So VRAM is definitely an issue. I mean, the 3D models don't load properly at 4 GB of VRAM. I mean, the game works at 4 GB, but you get this stuff. So keep that in mind. But I'm going to do like you guys asked. I'm going to do the lowest settings. Although the game tells you, hey, low video memory. Okay, so 900p lowest. FSR off. Yeah, that's the camo. The camo. And let's disable FSR. Okay, lowest settings. Actually, on the lowest settings, it loads the models properly, funnily enough. Actually, load doesn't look bad. The thing is, you don't have ambient occlusion. It looks a bit flat, and there's no reflections. But it actually loads properly on low. But FSR, I think, is a necessity on this one. At least for this card. Again, we're below the minimum requirements. Yeah. Maybe we can just go lowest on textures. Yeah, I mean, I did that, and still... It had muddy textures, but I never had that problem on low textures that it doesn't load models. Just punches through. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look that different on the lowest. Textures are still muddy, obviously. But as you can see here, it looks a bit flat. So what I would do personally, if this was my only way to play the game, would be to increase the texture filtering, maybe to medium. Shadows, low is fine. I would add ambient occlusion because look at that difference. Reflections, on a 1650 we can skip them. And that's about it. So, low plus default SSIO. And I think that should do just fine with quality FSR 2. And 900p because, well, 1080p seemed a little bit overkill. FSR is worse than DLSS. Then DLSS is much better. Yeah, DLSS is usually much better, in my opinion. But in this game we got actually DLSS 2, not DLSS 3. There's no frame gen, but apparently that's coming in a future update. Same with FSR. But I think this would be the best settings for this card, considering again that this is below the minimum requirements. We have less VRAM than the game says in the page. That makes sense. Why is he not trying DLSS? Because on the 16 series cards, DLSS is not supported. It's actually only for RTX cards. I mean, if there was DLSS on the 1650, man, that would be amazing. But it needs the RTX hardware. We can probably do the DLSS swapper mode that grabs the DLSS implementation and puts FSR3. We'll see about that. But this is so badass. At the beginning already, the game is like, here, explosions everywhere. But again, the issue for me with this card is 4 gigs of VRAM. That's clearly not enough. Oop. Am I dead? Okay, I did it. And I died, obviously. Oh, okay. Friendly AI? Yes. How are you playing the game right now? I have the Gold Edition. The Gold Edition, I'm guessing it will go live in a couple hours. I'm playing the game because the publisher provided a code and I was able to play it. So you should be able to play it in around 2 hours from now. Then people that didn't buy the stupid Gold Edition, because it's stupid to give you early access to the game by paying more, they're preying on your FOMO, basically. So yeah, if you buy the most expensive versions, you can play it in a couple hours. And if you buy the normal version, you can play it next week on Monday. So yeah, they want you to buy the expensive editions because FOMO.
Surely we will not trade strategy for expediency. As you command.
Yeah, bad for them that your FOMO doesn't come with money. Yeah. But I mean, if I was a huge Warhammer fan, I would probably still pay, because my FOMO will be up the sky, especially with the positive reviews. So, yeah, guys, just wait for Monday. They did it on purpose because you can play it right now if you buy the expensive editions. But imagine just having an entire weekend of people playing the game and you like being outside of that. I mean, that's just marketing. I hate when they do that. Very few times game release on Mondays. They usually release on Thursdays or Tuesdays, so people can play on the weekend. I think that's absolute BS, personally. Do you actually have fun playing it? Yeah. The thing is, when I'm streaming, technically I'm not playing the game. Technically. Because I'm trying to play the game and talk to you guys at the same time. So it's hard to pay a lot of attention. You don't need food. Definitely. You need the Emperor. So yeah, on the 1650, I'll tell you it's fine. Just the thing is the texture quality is pretty poor. Boom, shoot to the head. I've tried lots of scaling on FSR3. On this one, I haven't. But I'm not a fan of frame generation personally. Okay. There we go. Frick you. So yeah, so far so good on this card when it comes to numbers, but texture quality is an issue. But again, we're below the minimum 6 GB of VRAM that they talk about. So yeah. How to fix the muddy textures? Unfortunately, I don't know how, because I think the game just sees 4 GB of VRAM and cannot allocate everything to make it look good when it comes to textures. So what would I do on this game? Either 900p or 1080p on quality FSR, medium texture filtering, textures on low, because if you go higher than this, some stuff doesn't load properly. Low shadows, default screen space reflections, so the game doesn't look flat. Reflections, you can enable them if you want to, but it's less performance. In a card like this, disabled should be fine, but you can also do default. Volumetrics, low is fine. Effects, I'll keep it on medium probably, but low, I think, considering the low VRAM, is a better idea. Details, low, medium, high, ultra. If you're using 900p, medium should be good enough. And cloud simulation, I haven't seen much of a difference with this one, honestly. So if you have a good CPU, put it on medium. If you have a great CPU, put it on high. But those will be my 900p, my 1650 settings. But again, you're getting muddy textures with 4 gigs of VRAM, so that's something that you need more VRAM for. That's basically the thing with it. So let's swap to the 3050, then 3060, then 4060. And at the end, the 1050 Ti, obviously. So let's close the game and swap GPU. 8 GB of VRAM will be interesting. $750 Ti. That would be fun. 2 polygons fighting each other. There it goes. Oh no, Iron Man, my bad. There we go, Plastic Man. You saw it, helmet baby. Helmet? Let's go! It's funny that my 3050 is Triple Fan, so overkill. Fastest swap I've ever seen. I've been doing this for 10 years. At this point, swapping GPU or adding RAM is just too easy. Alright, we're back in 3050 now. Let's open Space Marine 2 and then on the FPS counter. We're doing 1080p high on this one, obviously. And DLSS for now is off. Let's call it DLAA actually. Where did you learn to do that thing with hands? It's a long story. Yeah, I'd rather not expand on that. With a little bit of music, you get 50% increased GPU swapping speed. Yeah, it's like sleight of hand in Call of Duty. Also, as you can see, the CPU now is completely maxed out. Why is that? Well, we're actually compiling shaders. So good on them for adding that feature at the beginning. Every game should have this. Oh, 1650, my bad. It's 3050. There we go. Thanks for the heads up. Why DLAA but not DLSS? DLAA is basically DLSS but at 100% resolution. So yeah, for less confusion, let's put DLSS off. So behind my head, you cannot see this, but it's actually loading shaders. Real Linus Tech Tips? No, I'm not Canadian. Well, technically, I would be Canadian because I live in Uruguay, which is neighboring with Argentina. And that would be, Uruguay is basically Argentina's Canada, so technically right. And I do not drop things, so that's the difference. Okay, 8 gigabytes is not enough for ultra textures. Makes sense. So high textures. Yeah, but the things that go to ultra are actually the details on the ground, so I'll keep it on high for now. So let me double check. Yeah, everything is fine with the capture card. We're going to reset the capture card just in case. So native DLSS should be DLAA actually if you are on native, but A. And on the high preset, ultra textures says you need more VRAM, so I'm going to trust them on that one. Are you testing this GPU with the same CPU in the description? Yes, sir. I only use one CPU in these videos, so don't worry. I got you. Usually doesn't lower by much, but it did hurt. Do lower quite a bit in Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, I mean Star Wars Outlaws. That game requires a lot of things. It's very meh. I mean, it's nice for sightseeing, Star Wars Outlaws, but then when it comes to the game itself, it's pretty meh. Okay, so on native, it's so weird to see the textures loading properly now. Yeah, textures loading properly. I mean, look at the ground. It's not a blob of low quality textures now. For the Emperor! Yeah! Rip Warhammer bolt gun textures. Well, that's a boomer shooter. Come on. So here I'm seeing drops into the upper 30s, but I mean, kinda to be expected. We're playing on high at native resolution. I mean, imagine playing on native resolution. Nobody does that, I mean, come on. Let me check, the game looks soft. Actually, I have a way to show you guys if the game looks soft. Give me one sec. We're on 1080p also. Hold up. So, transform. I can zoom in and show you guys what the game looks like. Yeah, I mean, it looks a bit soft still. But still, it looks pretty good. But yeah, despite DLAA, we're on 1080p by the way, it looks a bit soft. But it's not too bad. Could be worse. Yeah, stuff into the distance like that looks a bit soft. So yeah. Still does look a bit soft, but it's not too bad. How many Warhammer games are there? I do not know. Probably a lot of them. Alright. So on native, I mean, you get 30 to 40 something. Let's try quality. Let's see how much of a boost in performance it is now. So DLSS quality. Sharpness slider. No sharpness slider, unfortunately. Yeah, that's something that they should put in the game, actually. That would go a long way. Let me super quickly check that out. Sometimes they hide that on... Oh, camera shake? No. Maybe not on weapons? Sure. Game. Helmet visibility. This is a great thing to have as well. No, there's no sharpness option. That's something they should add in a future update. That will make a difference. So with quality DLSS you get a huge boost. You are 50 to 60 instead of 30 to 45. So maybe by just lowering the volumetrics we can actually get a decent enough frame rate. Oh, I have no ammo for this, gotcha. That's why. Some flickering here, maybe it's a DLSS. 3060 Ti, much faster than this, definitely. But I'm happy the textures actually load properly now.
We're with the Emperor's angels now.
You will desert your post, guardsman.
No, Lord. Never.
3050 high settings DLSS quality. It's not solid 60, but
Open the gate.
we'll see. Because it will drop quite a bit, I'm pretty sure.
But sir, you said open the bloody gates.
Open the gates!
Lose it again. Shoot you myself.
Okay, stims, ammo, thank you. Okay, here it comes.
Another wave. We can't hold them.
Okay, this should be the real test. Okay, just like in World War Z.
Serve your
Look at that.
soldier. Into position, men.
Yeah, this is where it should drop. Can I drop down there? No, I cannot. Okay. So this is like in World War Z. Gotcha. They pile up like crazy. So yeah, here's where it really has that drop. But hey, let's try and improve this. Good thing in the options menu I can already see the frame rate difference. Let me see, shadows on medium. What does it do? 43. Okay, we jump into 50. Ambient occlusion, lowering it a little bit shouldn't be a big deal. We get a couple extra frames. Reflections, a little bit lower resolution. Does nothing. Volumetrics, this one I'm expecting a big difference. Let's see. No, nothing. Okay. Volumetrics on low. Effects, I still want them to have blood in their armor. But let's see, this should be... Yeah, it's not big. Okay, we got you. Details. They are important. Okay, so what seems to matter the most, as usual, is the shadows. Yeah. Some of those enemies... Actually, the horde of enemies does have individual shadows, as far as I remember. So yeah, we just lower... Let's call it mid-high settings. So again, the ambient occlusion difference, I mean, as long as you don't turn it off, it still looks about the same. More accurate. Same with the reflections. Let's see. Yeah, definitely better. And it looks almost the same. And as you can see, VRAM usage is about what the requirements say. Minimum 6 gigs, well, it's using 5 point something. 3060 Ti and 5600 best. Yeah, 3060 Ti will have a field day with this one. I forgot I had a kick. So with a good amount of enemies on screen, which is the point of the game, that's when it likes to drop. I don't think you'll be able to run this 3060 Ti and Ryzen 3600 at 1440p, you should be good. We're going to try this on the 3060 as well, so you should have a few extra frames. On the 3600, I mean, it shouldn't be much of an issue for this one. It's a slower CPU, definitely, but 6 cores should be good. I have not built a PC in so long. Well, there's always a good time. It's always a good time to build a PC. Ooh. Heavy bolter. Yes, please.
Serve you well. Ready to deploy special tactics.
Oh, the Emperor! So yeah, actually with these settings, actually looks pretty good. I wish it had higher settings actually for most of the options, because between normal and the highest, it doesn't look that different. It's less accurate shadowing, less accurate ambient occlusion, but overall, it retains the actual visuals. Are prices good at your side? You mean PC? No, everything is expensive in Europe.
Everybody inside, now.
Should we not eliminate the remains of the swarm?
There will always be more. We must focus on taking down the hive ship.
So yeah, here is when it probably drops the most. When you get multiple enemies on screen, plus the explosions, just like in World War Z.
Osman, get these gates closed.
Transmitting command now. Stand by.
But it's badass.
Do not relent in your attacks.
The fact that it doesn't drop into the 30s when there's a lot of stuff going on, I mean, runs a bit worse than when there's nothing happening, as you can see, but it's not like we drop into the 30s, which is good to see. 3080, 5900X, 2K, be able to hit 60s? Yeah, definitely. Are you 12 feet tall? How did you tell? Okay, it's loading. Let's see what happens now. Also, I'm cooking in here. How does the DLSS look? Looks pretty good, actually. We're going to zoom in to show you. So you can see the character's face and all that.
Major Sakana,
Go ahead.
we met with one of your squads.
Thank you, my lord. I shall give them new orders.
So give me a moment, I'm going to... Oh, okay. A lot of corpses, gotcha.
Proceed. Looks like a slaughter. No excuse for cowards.
I want to get into a more open location to show you something more clearly. But overall, DLSS looks pretty good on this one, actually. Despite not being DLSS 3, being an older version. Okay, that is perfect. Oh, hi there.
Be not built.
Yeah, indoors is easy to run, definitely. I'll put a moving light in our character's face so you can see. Oh, my bad. Again, we're on 1080p here with quality DLSS. I mean, it looks pretty nice. Again, I'm zooming in on the character on 1080p. It's not bad. I mean, if you look at the entire picture, look at how much am I zooming in. I'm looking at a quarter of the screen. So actually it looks pretty good with DLSS. And this is, again, on 1080p with quality, the quality option. I mean, considering it's not native 1080p and I'm zooming in, it does look a bit soft though, the game itself. Oh, sorry, the FPS counter. Looks good, but we gotta get a sharpness slider, I agree. Yeah, a sharpness slider should be mandatory for games that have upscaling. Yeah, this part though runs better because we're indoors and, well,
Waiting orders to attack. Major, do you
we're going to have to get past this one.
Titus, identify yourself.
But it can drop into the 50s with these settings, especially outside. Combat knife? No, we're using the chainsaw sword. I'm gonna use AMD contrast adaptive sharpening from Reshade. That's a good idea.
Facility is just beyond those gates.
I'm just happy that it's not over sharpened, because that's super common in new games when you use upscaling. They usually over sharpen the image. In this game it does happen when you're using FSR1 for upscaling.
Clearing the way. Reload.
I also keep forgetting that I have a dodge button and a parry button. But I love all the blood that they put on screen close to the camera.
Vermin and stung.
It's really nice. So let's now do something a bit different, like I usually do. We do 1440p. This card is not meant for it, but we have DLSS balanced. So if you happen to have a 1440p screen with this card, well, let's give it a shot. Again, restarting the capture card just in case. So 1440p balanced. And, well, settings basically the same as before. We lower the shadows. This one is the most demanding option, the shadows. Ambient occlusion default is fine, reflections as well. Volumetrics on low still look okay. Effects on high so we can have more blood on screen, especially. And details are on medium. If you want more detailed ground, you can do higher than that. And with balance, we're on a similar pixel count to quality DLSS, but the target resolution is much higher. So it looks so much better now. I mean, 1440p is like 30% more pixels, but to the perception of your eyes, man, it's super sharp in comparison. With 4070 Ti Super, yeah, 4070 Ti Super, 1440p. Easy, easy peasy.
Resupplying.
I keep trying to aim my gun, and I'm using my sword. I'm not used to this yet. Oops. Also, I played this a little bit with a controller. So the prompts for PC are a little bit forgetting. If I can speak properly again. A bit forgetting. Yeah, more blood. This actually feels like the first game in a way, which is interesting. I feel like if you played the original, you're probably going to feel a very familiar controller scheme. Okay, see you in a bit. Are you playing on controller? No, I'm using mouse and keyboard. There's full controller support, though. I think in a game like this, actually, I mean, aiming, you have guns and you can aim them. But yeah, you can do this if you want to. But most of the time, I'm either holding the shooting button and at the same time I'm hitting enemies like this. So I don't think a mouse and keyboard is 100% necessary.
I thought him lost.
I would actually play this with a controller. Feels more like a hack and slash in that regard.
Working on it.
But hopefully this part is outside. No, No, not yet. Oh, hi there!
By the Emperor. Link established. Go ahead, Major.
Captain,
Major!
I thought you a dead man.
Also, while we
Not
wait
today, sir.
for them to speak.
You're tougher than Grok's hide.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Oops.
Aiden, we
Wrong
need to
button.
take back those orbital guns.
I've got armor ready to roll.
See it done, Captain.
Yes, sir. Let's give him a taste of Cadian wrath.
Okay, we're still indoors. Gotcha. Let's... Before we do anything...
I heard they turned him into soup. Is that true?
It still looks fine at 1440p with the DLSS. A little bit soft, but I think in this case sharpness will do a great deal to improve the situation. Of course on native it will look better, definitely. Let me try native super quick. It's going to kill the frame rate, but hey, we're playing 1440p on a 3050.
I've had enough recaps to kill an animal.
So there it is. We are at 74 FPS. And without DLSS, so DLAA actually. Yeah, it's definitely much sharper. But we get basically half the performance.
Nobody can say that.
So yeah. It still looks a bit soft, even without upscaling. They're not losing much, I think. Do we need to play the first game to play the second? No, no need. I mean, it's nice to get some extra context, but not necessary. So let's go DLSS again. Very quickly. Let's continue ahead. I want to get to another open location. Oh, never mind. There it is. Good. Yeah, guys, don't spam the chat, especially for the raffle. If you spam the raffle, the giveaway text multiple times, Nightbot is going to ignore your entries. So, yeah, please don't spam in the chat.
Make use of them.
Yeah, as you can see outdoors, this is when it drops the hardest, especially with all these enemies on screen. So I'd say for this game, 1080p is what makes sense for this card, obviously. It's a 3050. Ah, my timing is all over the place. There we go. I shoot to the face. It's so, the executions are so badass. So yeah, for this one, definitely 1080p on this card, but 1440p is very respectable. Super quickly, I'm going to show you 4K, because now that I'm here, I might as well. Okay, it looks super sharp now. And hold up, this is not 4K. Let me adjust the capture card. There we go. That's 4K. And well, at 4K, it looks insanely sharp. It's ridiculous how sharp this looks now.
Reload. Target destroyed.
So if you don't mind the high FPS, the huge FPS drop, we should be good to go. What's your monitor's name? It's all in the description. You guys can find it down there. all details, and if you want to support me, and you buy something, there's Amazon affiliate links. I get a small percentage, but everything helps. And if you're not doing that, you can also if you like the content, subscribe as well. So you tell YouTube, hey, I like this content, please recommend it to me. So yeah, you can do 4K with DLSS performance, looks pretty sharp. This card. Okay. Let's jump into the next card. I'm getting a little bit too carried away. But let's keep everything like it was before. Hope your new job has been a breath of fresh air for you. Yes, it is, but I also like doing YouTube, so sometimes I'm like, oh man, I just want to make videos. But yeah, definitely. I'm doing more freelancing stuff though now. So I can do more YouTube as well. Alright. Let's do the 3060, then the 4060. So one sec, we're going to shut down the computer. You have a question. Is it enough for you to get a decent image with a 578 gigabytes video card? I mean, it's close to the minimum requirements. 8 gigabytes of VRAM should be good enough. I would say, I mean, the game requires, according to the game, 6 gigabytes. I agree with them. It uses more than 4 gigs, and if you don't have more than 4 gigs, the textures look horrible. But on a 570, it should be okay. The 580 is listed as the minimum, and I mean, with something slower than a 580, I was able to play the game. So, should be fine. Should be fine as long as you use upscaling on 1080p, but yeah, textures should look good. And yeah, EVGA 3060, and is smaller than the than the 3050. Yeah, 570 OCD. Yeah, OCD. Yeah, it's a 580. Kinda. It's so close. You might as well call them almost the same. Can 1050 Ti run this? We're going to try it at the end. Don't worry, I got you. Iván, ¿qué tal? You're also running 2070 Super with 3800X? Yeah, we'll be fine. You have enough VRAM. What resolution are you targeting? Spice Marine 2. You're running a 2070 Super, 8700K, 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, should be fine. I don't remember how many cores. I think it's 6 cores, 12 threads. Right, the 8700K. So you should be good. Okay, we're back. Yep, 3060. Let me quadruple check that we have G-Sync on, because yeah, my fancy capture card now has G-Sync. Sorry, well, FreeSync, but G-Sync is compatible. Yeah, everything seems correct. So let's launch the game. We're now in a 3060. The most common GPU on Steam. 12 gigabytes of VRAM. Nvidia is never going to do something this cool ever again. Yeah, it's pretty CPU heavy actually. This game without HDR. Yeah, there's no HDR option. Yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. What's your time zone? I'm in Uruguay time. I think it's GMT -4. Sorry, GMT -3, so it's 12:30 p.m. It's daytime still. You didn't change the GPU logo, I just did. You're probably you're probably not looking at this 100% live, so I get it. Never mind, yeah. Yeah, it might be a little bit delayed. Click the live button at the right and you're going to see me as soon as possible. I'm going to move my header a little bit around here so you guys can see that the game is going to compile shaders. Yeah, it should be okay, Phil. 3070 Ti para 1440p, sí, definitivamente. Cuando veas la 4060 debería ir un poco más rápido tu gráfica que la mía. Esta es la 3060. How many hammers did you find in the game? 40k. 40k of them. Worth full price. So far so good. I mean, if you like the original especially, you're going to like this a lot. Okay, 1080p native and ultra settings. So let's see how much VRAM this beast wants to use. And this is 1080p. 1080p Ultra plus DLSS off, which this is actually DLAA. I'm guessing we're going to need quality DLSS for this to run properly there, but we can also lower shadows to medium. We'll see. Warhammer Vermintide, yeah, I like that one as well, especially the second one. Darktide, wasn't a big fan. I actually have a Darktide, I forgot to make a video on it. Whoops. Okay. Let's see once a good amount of enemies shows up. Never mind, there they are. Okay, it can drop into the 50s. Kinda makes sense. We're not using any upscaling, by the way. This is native. I think we can easily fix this by lowering shadows to medium. I think that's what I will do. I mean, look at the difference here. So 56 FPS, medium shadows jumps us to 59. Nice. Oh no, that's not 69. A few extra frames there. And the volumetrics. There we go. So Ultra, DLSS off. Plus mid shadows and volumetrics. Again, the game looks basically the same like this. We still have DLSS to use if we want to, so. And hold up, the game looks choppy for some reason. There we go. Okay, now we're good. How is DLSS? DLSS looks good. I wish it was DLSS 3. It's DLSS 2. But it still looks pretty good. I'm going to show you DLSS in a bit. But if you want the highest settings, you can do 1080p on ultra settings with DLSS if you want 60s. Textures were bugged. Where? Also, VRAM usage seems to be fine. 7 gigs on the ultra texture quality. Is this Unreal Engine? No, this is a Swarm engine. It's an in-house engine from Saber Interactive. This is the same engine they use for World War Z. And here you can clearly see, if you ever played World War Z, this place is going to be swarming with enemies left and right. I can already see it. Oh yeah, when enemies fill the screen and there is lots of blood and stuff, well, the frame rate is going to suffer quite significantly. So to have room to spare, I'll use DLSS personally. What key are you using for changing overlay size? Yeah, it's a custom thing. It's just if you have on Riva Tuner the hotkey handler, I think it's called, you can actually add a command to change the size of the overlay, because I'm changing the size of the overlay all the time. I have a hotkey for that, and I also have a hotkey to lock the frame rate to 60. River Tuna, yeah, Riva Tuna. So personally, in this particular case, I'll just put it on Ultra, DLSS on quality, and we should be good to go. DLSS I think looks fine on this one. Maybe we can even change the DLSS DLL if we want to, I'm guessing. Yeah, this still looks great. By the way, there's no frame generation. Apparently they're adding that in the future. God of War, kinda, yeah. Older God of War, I would say.
Take it down. While it lives, the other creatures are harder to kill.
Oh man, so many enemies. I love this. I love that it's not like in World War Z that you actually... I mean, you have a lot of enemies as well, but in this one they encourage you to be in the middle of the action. Right next to them. What's your CPU again? It's a 13th Gen i5. You can check it out in the description. It has a lot of E-cores, and I think it has 6 P-cores. So it's kinda... yeah, it has 20 threads, which is a lot. Considering the price, I think it's one of the best value CPUs at the moment. But I mean, if you have 6 cores and 12 threads, the classic, you should be okay. You should be worried for the CPU if you have 2 cores, or if you have a Steam Deck.
Major, we have retaken the facility.
That's when it drops. On the Steam Deck it drops below 30 due to CPU constraints. I would be worried if I wanted to do 120. The CPU usage at 120 is probably going to be much higher. So yeah, 1080p is good. I'll use DLSS just to stay on Ultra at 60.
Major, we need to establish a perimeter.
Because I mean,
Defensive positions.
can I shoot them from here?
The enemy will try to
They're kind of
scare us.
billboarding there.
Do not let them. I had no plans to.
But a lot of enemies are coming, so that's good. Before doing that, let's do 1440p. You're still on 10th Gen i7. More than enough, man. You're good. Great CPU. So we're doing 1440p Ultra, DLSS balanced, which again, I think at 1440p DLSS balance is still pretty cool. And Ultra settings, which basically what's on Ultra is textures. It's not like, well, and details. So we have some room to spare still. How about 12400F, 3060? It should be basically the same as this. We're not even using the entire CPU here.
Concentrate your fire. No
This should be good to go. You only have less E-cores and a little bit less, how to say, I wish I could jump down there.
them off that wall. A well-placed grenade will fix that.
So as I was saying, you have less E-cores, but the CPU single-threaded performance should be pretty similar to this one as well, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. It'll be okay. For 120 though, if you're trying to get that, well, at that point I do not know. I haven't tried this the 120 yet.
Reload.
Yeah, it runs good on that 3060. I mean, even on the 3050 it runs well, so... By the way, I'm playing on normal difficulty, that's why I'm not paying much attention to the game.
Ammunition depleted.
But yeah, definitely the World War Z engine.
Orbital guns are functional, but the targeting system is jammed. It needs to be reset manually.
Understood.
Reach the targeting system? Sure, happily. Gonna try 1440p Ultra, no DLSS? Sure. It's going to drop pretty hard, but we're going to try that. Again, I think in this game DLSS actually looks pretty good. DLSS off. So we're on native 1440p now. It looks sharper, definitely. But considering the performance difference, I'll stay with DLSS on this one. At least at 1440p on the 3060. But it still looks pretty good. It depends on what kind of frame rate you're looking for.
My lord,
Oh,
without the
that's
targeting
badass.
system, the orbital
Look at
guns
that.
are useless.
Keep on your feet. Be ready to move.
Rivatuna best tuna. So yeah, native, you can do it. Personally, I wouldn't because, I mean, playing the game, I think balanced DLSS looks good enough at this resolution. Do you think DLSS 3 when it drops will be better? I mean, image quality probably. Frame generation, I'm not a fan. But they're probably going to add frame generation. They're also adding Steam Deck support. I tried it yesterday on the Steam Deck and it wasn't nice. Let's leave it at that. So 1440p, if you don't mind using DLSS, you should stay at 60 across the board. There will be some drops into the 50s with hordes of enemies, which is the point of the game. But still, it is there. It's high or medium. This is ultra.
Loading fresh magazine.
Assist where possible, but do not linger. The targeting system
Oh,
is
the Rogue Ally will be fine.
my lord.
Or 30 FPS should be doable. If you have the LAX, you'll be able to push it a bit further. Probably in a few hours, I'm going to be doing the Rogue Ally as well. We'll see. I have some things to do at work.
Another one dead.
Another one.
Have to reload.
Okay, where do I have to go? But 1066 gigs. I mean, with the 6 gigs of VRAM, should be fine. You're at the lowest, in the minimum requirements. But with 6 gigs of VRAM, the textures will load properly, unlike the 1650. So you should be good. Just use upscaling and you'll be able to play it. I don't promise 60s because that's super difficult
Greatest Arcana.
on
We are
those
almost
cards.
at the targeting system.
You need to manually
Otherwise, it
raise
should
the
be good.
petals of the satellite
Just look at the
dish.
1650, but ignore the muddy textures. The 1060 with 6 gigs should be good.
Major, I see the mechanisms. Stand by.
Be alert. The Tyranids have taken notice of you.
Let them come.
2K.
Keep them off.
No, not that demanding.
It's done.
And I'm happy to see that it's not using like 13 gigabytes of VRAM for no reason.
One down.
I'm going to force it down. Fine, I'll say hi to you. Yeah, I love that they put everything, all that blood on screen. Dude. You're rocking an i5 9400F 3060. Is it enough? Yeah. 9400F, 6 cores, 6 threads. Maybe it's a little bit, do fall a little bit short when targeting 60s, but yeah. Otherwise should be good. Testosterone, the video game. Exactly.
Resupplying. Reloading weapon.
Come on, attack me. I want to do a parry. Sir. Hey, attack me. Again. I'm playing on normal, by the way. Play on hard. Oops, wrong button.
One moment, brothers.
My lord, we cannot use the guns until
Come
we
on,
raise
try
those
again.
metals.
You. I'm trying to get the timing. I'm not... There we go. Boom. He's a bit shy, yeah. He just is a little bit embarrassed. Anyone tried 6800? Haven't tried AMD cards. This is Gears. Kinda. I think probably Gears was inspired by Warhammer. Bulky dudes with guns. And well, chainsaws on everything. Alright. 1440p is fine. Let's try 4K, but 4K I'm going to lower some of the stuff to normal. It's kind of a waste of resources otherwise. Or only keeping textures on ultra. Can you show a CPU bottleneck scenario? Sure. Give me one sec. I want to try 4K, and we're going to try a CPU limited scenario. 4K medium DLSS performance. We're only keeping textures on ultra. Oops. Yeah, definitely not going to get 60s at 4K. I'll let them kill me.
I cannot get up.
And I'll restart the capture card while I wait.
There is more
There we go.
fighting you. I know it.
Oh well, at 4K with performance DLSS. I mean, if you... This will be like the quality setting. I think we can even do maybe native. Came here to see you playing on Steam Deck. How is it? Well, came here to see you playing on the Steam Deck. Oh, I already made a Steam Deck video. The Steam Deck is not good enough at the moment, but the developers promised a Steam Deck verification for the end of the year, beginning of the next year. So yeah. I mean, they made World War Z to run on a Nintendo Switch, so we should be good. We should be in good hands. Okay. Yeah, this will be like, what would you call in the consoles a quality preset.
Grabbing equipment.
How better is 4060 in comparison to 3060? I'm not entire. I don't remember the exact number. I'm usually 10 frames ahead, or 15, depends on the game. In percentages, I don't really remember. Maybe 15%.
My lord, those hive ships have free reign unless we get those petals open.
Yeah, they're surprisingly good, considering the amount of enemies. Also, by the way, not sure if you guys noticed, but the enemies,
My lord,
these enemies,
are heading for the antenna.
actually cast shadows.
Targeting system.
See that they fail.
Not sure if you noticed, but they do cast shadows. That's kind of insane. No wonder the shadow option is the one that makes the highest difference. 4070 enough for 1440p? Yeah, definitely. How would I be with an i7 11700, 3070, 32 gigs of RAM? 1440p, just fine. If you don't mind using upscaling, it will be even better. Can you show a CPU bottleneck? Yeah, on it. Give me 1 sec, I want to get back here. We're going to be doing a very strong 720p to test CPU bottleneck. We're using performance FSR, so we're going to make it look potato and see where the CPU can get to. And let's keep it on medium. I don't think higher than this makes a lot of sense. CPU bottleneck test, 720p, performance DLSS. Well, it's into the 70s, so the 100 FPS will be very difficult. Oh, I'm sorry, the resolution is wrong. There we go. So if we're trying to get a CPU bottleneck, well, it's pretty easy to get there. Okay, there's also frame gen through mods, that's interesting.
The enemy have damaged the antenna.
Crack grenade deployed. Changing magazine.
Alright, come on. So it's pretty CPU intensive actually. What is the CPU? It's a 13500 i5. i5 13500. Although here it's clear that it's not using all the threads. But still.
They never learn.
So if we're targeting 60, you should be good. The thing is, if we're targeting hundreds, it's probably going to be difficult. Especially when, well, you have something like this on screen. It's kind of crazy.
Spore mines. Loading up. Restock.
It's funny because I'm doing the CPU stress test just when there is the most enemies on screen. Perfect timing.
Eliminate the enemy have damaged the antenna.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the grenade launcher. For some reason I cannot pick it up.
Very good.
Yeah, I mean, CPU performance, as you can see, it's pretty tough. But I think it's justified considering the amount of enemies.
Reloading weapon. Clearing the way. Need to reload.
Oh yeah. When it comes to CPU, it's pretty demanding actually, which makes sense. That's why the consoles, actually if you saw some videos on the internet, PS5 drops below 60, Series X as well. I'm not surprised, 6 cores, 12 threads. They're not going to get 100, but for 60s, there is some CPU limitation. Just don't target 100 FPS and you should be good with most CPUs. That's why they asked for an 5800X for 60. Yeah, but I don't think you need a 5800X exactly. I mean, there's probably going to be a level that is more demanded than this one. But still,
Must hold them back. My lord, the
it's pretty hard on the
antenna
CPU,
is
definitely.
damage.
But I'm guessing again, with 6 cores, 12 threads, you should be getting 60s just fine. Maybe some drops into the 50s, but I mean, if the PS5 and the Series X with their slower 6-core 12-thread CPUs can do it, on PC we should be good. Anyway, so for this card, what I would do is 1440p, balance DLSS, and probably medium shadows, and that would be it. Yeah, if you don't mind frame generation, this would be an ideal game for it, I would say. When it comes to options... Why is this on low? What the hell? So again, on this one, I would do 1440p, balance DLSS plus ultra, and medium shadows. Because the smaller enemies also cast shadows, surprisingly enough.
The antenna has sustained significant damage.
And we're still CPU bound. We have some room to spare. No RT? Nope. It's not surprising considering the amount of enemies. Imagine how ray tracing... how much ray tracing performance you will need. I mean, imagine trying to reflect this with ray tracing. I mean, you can, but I'd rather have a fun game. Anyway. Yeah, not even a 4090 will be able to handle that. I mean, maybe yeah, but with lots of upscaling and frame gen. Anyway, next card. I've been here for almost 2 hours. 8 cores, 16 threads. Yeah, should be fine. For E cores, yeah. How many P cores though? The E cores, I mean, they matter, but not as much. Wondering what DLSS 4 will bring. 3 times upscaling. 4 times the upscaling, 3 times the pixelation. Nah, I'm kidding. I don't know. It'll be interesting though. I don't know how much they could improve it with AI. 8 P cores? Oh yeah, you're good. 8 P cores is like having 8 cores. The 8 P cores actually have a hyper-threading, so it should be fine. 16 times less detail. Alright, 4060 and the game plays you on DLSS 4. Yeah, no frame is real at that point. So 4060 RGB for 1000% performance improvement. A good classic. 1600 AF is to 2600. Yeah, there's 1600 AF is basically a 2600. I don't know why they called it that. Yeah, I'm still giving away the codes. At the end, I'm giving away 2 codes. So don't worry, you're still on time. To finish the video, we're doing that giveaway. I'm just trying to get some people to enter. Just make sure you're here when when I'm giving away the code. Many times it happens. I wait a solid 1 minute for someone to respond, maybe 2 minutes. If you have an X3D CPU, you can definitely run the game. Okay, welcome back. 4060, 8 gigs of VRAM. In this game, 8 gigs of VRAM seems to be fine, so I wouldn't worry. Okay, Good luck on the way home. No, I didn't abandon the 50 Ti. It abandoned me. Welcome back to Resident Evil. Welcome back to Resident Evil 4 Remake. 4060 Ti test. I don't have a 4060 Ti, but it will be faster than this one, without a doubt. Nothing to worry about. Among Us? Definitely. Among Us for 1 million subs. Ray traced Among Us. Those sprites never looked so good. Yeah, we're doing the 1050 Ti after this one. I usually do it if I have enough time. Today, I happen to have enough time, so don't worry. We're doing it. CPU is maxed out. Why? Compiling shaders. Okay, pre-creating shaders. Have you seen the Doom 2 RTX mod? I have, and I want to try it out. Looks interesting. Apart from frame gen, any noticeable difference between DLSS 2 and 3? I mean, it depends. Some DLLs have some ghosting in certain scenarios, but generally, it still looks pretty damn good with DLSS 2. It highly depends. I mean, if you can change the DLL, you're good to go. Some versions have some issues, which I don't understand how. But you can just change the DLL, unless the anti-cheat says something. (3.7+1). Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people always saying, oh, this one is better than this one. So, I mean, there's so many DLLs that you can try. Usually people are right when it comes to the DLSS options there. Wonder how heavy on the CPU it is in game. It's pretty heavy. Why am I at 4K now? What the hell? Oh, I'm not. I'm at 1080p. Speaking of giveaway, does Steam support cross-region for gifted games? I think these keys are global because they are for reviewing the game. So I wouldn't worry about it. How do you know if your graphics card has ray tracing? I think there's one thing in the options menu, in the NVIDIA control panel that says so. But if you have an NVIDIA card, if it says RTX, it has ray tracing on the hardware level. So pretty simple. Okay. So what NVIDIA calls the 1080p card, let me double check the settings. Can do 60s at native resolution on Ultra right now. Very interesting. Where's the antenna A?
Protect the antenna.
We're going to try 1440p? Yeah, definitely. Here I wouldn't, in this particular case even, on 1080p I wouldn't use upscaling for the... Oh, some stuttering there. I wouldn't use upscaling on this card on 1080p so far. I mean, you can if you want to. You'll be CPU limited. Most definitely. I mean, I'm already a bit CPU bottlenecked at 70 FPS, so... If you can see, the GPU usage drops sometimes. So in this card you can do native pretty easily actually, so far. Any noticeable stutters? I had one just now, but otherwise, most of the game I didn't have any. I'm using a pistol, what an idiot. Oh, come on, man. Reload faster. Oh, those are dead. Yeah, dead already. I think the AI though for the bots is a little bit stupid. For the Emperor!
Damage the antenna.
Hi there, Sam. How's it going?
Changing magazine.
Please don't die. Antenna. Okay, I'm out of ammo
Munitions secure.
for now.
Reloading weapon.
The enemy have damaged the antenna.
I hate these antennas so far. I wish I knew how to use the grenade launcher. Although I was looking if the game works 60 on the 3060 native. Yes and no. I will use quality DLSS because sometimes it likes to drop into the 50s on native on the 3060.
We must hold them back.
But this one I think requires a bit of co-op. And attention, especially. That's alright. If you download on Steam, won't start, just reload Steam. Yeah, now it should be available for the Gold Edition users, actually.
I know it. Our enemies will not be so lucky. I am up. Need ammunition.
My lord, the antenna has sustained significant damage.
Reloading weapon.
I'm horrible at the antenna thing.
My armor is breached.
Okay, anybody else? Any other antenna that I need to protect?
Reload.
Ooh,
My weapon is empty.
oh, these are new.
Ammunition depleted.
Freak you. That's why FrameGen has so much input lag. Not talking about this game. Yeah, this game still doesn't have it. Why? Because
Ready to deploy
to do FrameGen, you actually have 2 frames, and in between each of those frames, it generates a fake frame in the middle. So there's a process in there. You need to wait for the 2 frames to exist. So that's why it has latency. If you have to do 2 drawings and compare those 2 drawings and do one in the middle, there is going to be latency. It's just physics. Without the second frame, you cannot generate a frame in the middle of 2 frames. So you have 2 frames, compare them, and make a fake one in the middle. I think it's just physically impossible not to have latency there. You can reduce it, but I don't think eliminate it completely.
Targeting.
Yeah, maybe. If they could use other references to make fake frames in between, that would be nice.
Let us relish the sight of those fire.
Yeah, with the preloads, what happens is that you need to unencrypt the game. That usually takes a bit. Okay, we did it. I think it's time for 1440p. DLSS, I don't think in this card is absolutely necessary. You can do 1080p native, just fine. You use mouse and keyboard? Yes. And I gotta destroy the hive ship with the power of anti-aircraft batteries. Gladly. Badass.
Lieutenant, Captain Akaran has new orders for
So native 1080p is good. Let's try native 1440. But the 4060 can do it just fine. Yeah, 4K, we're doing that as well. Don't worry. I got you. Let me do 1440p native first. 100 by 600, huh? 1440p native, ultra. We can also lower a few settings, but we're going to try that later.
The enemy tried to smother us. We got separated.
Yeah, just enable DLSS and you'll have 60.
Alien was dead. Something put a hole clean through his helmet.
I should have been with you.
I only wish he had lived to see that.
You know what happened? People who early access to Star Wars Outlaws also progress on launch day. Yeah, I saw that. I am one of them. That's fine. I mean, I didn't play that much. I only lost like 2 hours of progress, but still, that's freaking stupid. You buy the most expensive version of the game to play it early, you spend like 10 hours, and then they tell you, man, you gotta restart all over again. What a slap in the face. Native 1440p medium, I'm going to try it in a bit. Again, in this game I don't think it's needed to go native, but settings change mostly for shadows. So if I put it on normal, it'll make a difference, but it shouldn't be a huge one. 39 to 42, yeah, we get a few extra frames on medium, but we're still into the 40s. So you're better off playing on ultra, because in this game ultra means high settings with ultra textures, with DLSS quality, probably. I don't think you even need to do balanced.
Retrieve Mechanicus data. We are a
Yeah, same Indian Canu. I can barely see a difference with DLSS on, but the performance difference is noticeable. So just put it on quality, which at 1440p I think is more than enough. You can even do balance, and to me it looks basically the same, but the performance is much better.
Lieutenant Titus.
We are told you have need of us, brother.
My squad
Because you're giving away for the full game, of course.
facility in sector 41A.
I think it's even the Ultimate Edition, actually.
On both that facility and an Imperial Guard base to its east.
Hey, Electric Pichu! Ultra DLSS off 50 FPS, really good for 4060. Yeah, I mean, it runs fine. It doesn't require DLSS, but it's a great bonus.
Magos Galio wishes to see you in the armory.
Noted.
Let me get to the armory. The armory. When it comes to atmosphere, man, they did a great job.
You requested my presence.
How are you acclimating to your new status?
I have no complaints.
I have no complaints, me neither.
Determine a point-blank probability that you would.
I have pressing duties, Magos.
Very well. Engage the armory terminal.
Hey guys, of VRAM is enough? Right now, yeah.
Equipped for your mission.
In the future, who knows?
Indicate your desired war gear. And the armory
Okay,
station
badass.
will handle the outfitting procedure. Though much has changed since we last
Heavy
met.
pistol.
All this will
Oh,
remain
yeah.
familiar to you. The Omniscient
Gold rifle.
starts
Oh,
with
there's a lot of
sighted
guns.
us from the beginning. We offer blessings to this machine, that it may serve you just as it serves him.
Yeah, let's keep this one. This one's good. Chainsword, obviously. Why use a huge knife if I have a chainsword? Okay, we got appearance. I don't really care much about this.
The war gear selection.
I don't even use the helmet.
This armory is comprehensive, but available options are those recommended for the
Now, the 5060 is probably going to be 8 gigabytes, knowing NVIDIA.
Galileo will suffice. We know each other well enough for that.
Launch bay, hell yeah. We'll leave it immediately. Yeah, it's a Star Wars. I wouldn't say a Star Wars sandbox, Star Wars Outlaws. I would say that's a Star Wars sightseeing game.
For the slightest error,
The environments, they did a great job,
I'm of clear mind and purpose.
but then the game itself is pretty meh.
our beloved Primarch
50, 6 gigs, man.
know your progress.
We still do not have a 4050.
Reflect on your
And at this
words.
point, I think it's the 4060 is basically a 4050 when it comes to tier. Proceed with the Inferno mission via the battle map. Sure. Okay, operations. So I'm guessing this is... Okay, these are the co-op missions. I'm going to stay on the campaign for now. $4050 with the price of a 4060, basically, yeah. 5700 XC should be good. You know, play at 1440p with 4070 Super. No, 144. I mean, you need such a. I don't know who can get 144 in this game actually. It's very CPU heavy, especially above 60. If you're targeting 60, it shouldn't be super hard. But 144, man, I don't know if I can do it in this game. Will be interesting to check that out.
Identify lab location equal to far side of swamp. Reiterate time factor critical.
You know what? In this case, I will lower the shadows a bit.
Vox when we have an
Yeah,
update.
there we go.
See that you do.
We will never get this planet's stench out of our armor.
Compared to your usual aura, it is an improvement, brother.
Deeply amusing.
Yeah, this part, lots of volumetrics, lots of reflections. This is probably when it suffers the most, yeah. Good. So it'll have to be balanced. Yeah,
Dina. Changing magazine.
that makes more sense. What processor are you using? i5-13500. That's a lot of E-cores. But in this case, I don't think a lot of cores matters. Probably as long as you have 8 cores, 16 threads with good single threaded performance, it should be good.
Making good time. We're going to need
What was that?
But again, if you're doing 144, probably you need something super strong. The 7800X3D maybe.
Septimus.
But looking at this, I'm not even sure if that's good enough.
Sergeant Gadriel to Resilient.
Especially when there is lots of enemies on screen.
Send an apothecary.
Received. We shall honor the brother sergeant.
Oh yeah. Does it have a demo? As far as I know, it doesn't. There were previews on Gamescom, but that's about it. But it doesn't have the RM. So it doesn't have the Nouveau. That's another prop to give them. They didn't put the Nouveau in the game. No DRM. Which is a rarity these days. I'm guessing they did it because sorry. I'm guessing they didn't put the Nouveau because the game was leaked a few months ago. A build from last year. So I'm guessing they didn't bother with adding DRM due to that. And plus they get some extra karma points from the community. So respect. Yeah, I mean, just the fact that it doesn't have the Nouveau is a buy. And the game is really fun.
That opening offers a shortcut.
Then we shall take it.
I how you take your time testing the CPU, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching, man. Yeah, I try to get to a demanding spot, otherwise it's kind of a waste of time. Because I can show you the first level, but that would be disingenuous. No, the noob usually doesn't get removed with cracks. They usually just bypass it. There's a few instances where they can remove it. They did that with Assassin's Creed Origins. But that's a rarity. It's usually just you make the noob believe that you have a legit code, basically. So the noob will be still be there even if in hack copies.
This place reeks of death. They never saw the attack coming.
Anyone with the noob anyways. I mean, why bother? Especially in a game that is so CPU demanding. Imagine if it had the Nubo as well. I mean, the Nubo is not like it destroys everything and gives you 1 FPS, but usually those games stutter more. And usually, I mean, if you add extra code, it's going to take longer for the CPU to do everything. If you remove that, you are definitely getting more performance, obviously. It happened with Devil May Cry 5. But that game was not CPU bound, it was GPU bound. On a game like this especially, you don't want any extra code in the background. Yeah, everything is in the description, guys. To the last detail, everything, down to the last minor small detail.
Special tactics ready. Another one dead.
5700G, o sea, si estás jugando a 60 debería llegar. Algunas veces va a caer debajo, pero fuera de eso deberías estar bien, la mayoría del tiempo. Mientras no estés tratando de conseguir 120, está todo bien. I was saying in Spanish, somebody asked me about the 5700G. Should be okay as long as you're targeting 60. Maybe it might drop into the 50s when there's a lot of enemies. But I mean, as long as you're not targeting like 120, you should be good to go. Oh, I have a scope as well. I just noticed. Oh, thanks Harry Wilson. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I've been speaking English every day for the last 10 years now. Almost, well, for the last 8 years actually. I used to not speak in my videos. So I'm happy I can get to practice, thanks to you guys. But I'm hoping to get even better soon enough. Now that I'm doing more live streams. I thought even a 13900K will get locked at 120. Yeah, same. I don't know if there's a CPU that can do it. These 2 items. Oh, I had to go all the way around. Yep. Anyway. 1440p. Runs pretty well. Let's do 4K. I was going to say 1080p. Let's try with performance DLSS. I'm not expecting 60s, but who knows? We might be surprised. And we're not. Oops, did I apply the changes? Performance. Yeah, I think so. Although I need to change something. There we go. Now it's 4K. Yeah, it's 4K. 4K performance DLSS. I'm going to lower some settings. But still, pretty impressive. 8700K, so wish me luck. You'll be fine, but don't target 120. Target 60s. Or 70s maybe, but when enemies start coming, you'll have a bad time if you are expecting hundreds. Maybe if we lower the class simulation, we can actually get a much higher frame rate there. But hey, we can do 4K with obviously performance DLSS, but looks way better than native 1080p, despite the internal resolution being 1080. If you ever played at 4K with performance DLSS, you'll know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, with frame generation, if your base frame rate is like 80 FPS, it should be good. Latency will be higher, obviously, but you can get over 100 that way. And with a base frame rate being so high, should be good. But we're getting frame generation later.
Small arms fire. It sounds close.
Small arms fire. Probably 50 cal.
Assist them.
For the Emperor! Okay, I already have full ammo. Oh, this gun is the best. But hey, we're playing targeting 4K here, and it's pretty impressive. Not gonna lie. Oh my. My pairing is all freaked up. There we go. Frick you. And just for fun, now that there's a lot of enemies, let's do native 4K. Your favorite game this year? At the moment, I think it's this one. If we don't take into account remakes, remasters, and all that, probably this one right now. Because I love the first one. Yeah, obviously, native 4K was going to be below 30. I had to try. Oof. But I mean, if you don't have an issue targeting a lower frame rate, you can do even quality. Can you do 1440p high preset with DLSS quality? I already did it. It runs okay, but it drops below 60. Yeah, 4K DLSS quality, which internally is 1440p, so this will be the quality setting if you had a console. And by quality setting, I mean this is higher than what the consoles offer, obviously.
There is more fighting you. I know.
Come on, revive me. So if you want pixels, well, you can have that as well.
On the threat.
There you go, reduce 2 atoms. 1080p with DLSS, sure. Super quickly, I'm doing that. 1080p, oh, actually, I didn't use 1080p DLSS. Actually, good point. I used 1080p with without DLSS. Yeah, the PS5 can drop into the 40s. Yeah, that's probably CPU limitation. Out of video memory. Oh yeah, Ultra Textures says out of video memory. I forgot about that. So that's funny. The 3060 can do Ultra Textures. So yeah, to close up the 4060, I think it's a good idea to do DLSS on 1080p. Thanks for the heads up. I really did forget about that. And let's fix up the capture card as usual. Yeah, 8 gigabytes of VRAM moment.
I am pinned.
Ah!
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Okay, those I can only dodge them. Gotcha.
Canadians
Boom.
did themselves proud.
They died honorably.
Come. Our own duty is not yet done.
On 1080p with quality, I mean here you get 99% usage because we're in a foliage heavy area, but when enemies show up it's going to be a bit of a mess on the GPU usage side. That'll be pretty funny, Grant.
By what evidence?
Something is off.
Watch
Yeah, it's
your
too
backs.
quiet.
This is it.
Yeah.
Weapons ready.
Yeah, faster RAM would actually help a lot in this case as well. Okay, this is an FMB, I think. Yeah, FMB.
Face me, coward.
Yeah, face me, coward. Invisible mother fluffer. I'm ready for you. I think I got one shot in. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, finally, more enemies. I thought it was going to be against only one, but there we go.
Frag grenade deployed.
If I had to criticize one thing that I'm not liking so far is the bot AI. They're a little bit stupid. Oh man, I'm still trying to block those unblockable attacks.
Get back in the
Do you guys not have VRAM? That's SAMD to NVIDIA.
My thanks, brother.
Restocking. Loading up.
ammunition.
Gonna play that on your 3060, you have a great time. Every time I fall for that. Shoot in the face. Oops. Okay, so before I swap to the 1050 Ti and try it there, let's complete the giveaway. I think it's a good time. So, okay, one sec. Let me get to Nightbot. Okay, there's 273 entries. Let's choose a winner. So I have a timer. I'll give you 2 minutes to claim it if you win. So let's choose a winner. Here we go. Be ready, guys. I'm giving away 2 codes, so don't worry. Okay, the winner is Rainfalls. Rainfalls, are you here? Rainfalls. I give you 2 minutes. Come on. No, you missed. You didn't miss it. We still have another one. Nope. If you're going to the toilet today, you're kind of screwed. Come on, Rainfalls. Rainfalls, are you here? There is very few time available. I don't need to enter again. No, guys, do not enter again. Only enter once. Otherwise, Nightbot might soft menu for some reason. So I'm giving 2 minutes. How to enter? Just type Space Marine 2 altogether, like the rest of the ones are doing. Don't worry, we still got time. You still have 50 seconds. 50 seconds remaining. For the Emperor! No, 2 times is not a big deal. The thing is, if you start spamming like crazy, 50 seconds until rain turns to ice. Oh, dude. Yeah, bad time to poop. Come on. Nope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, F's in the chat for rainfalls. Reroll. Andres. Andres is the winner. Andres. Okay. You know what, guys? Let's do this. Since some of you double typed it, let me change the... Yeah, there we go. So I'll give you 2 minutes to re-enter because he's here. Andres? No. It's Andres only. Andres, but Andres is only the name. Isn't Andres Herrera? No, it's only Andres. So I'll give you 2 minutes to do it again. I disabled the anti-spam. So in 2 minutes, you need to re-enter. Sorry, guys. I suck at this. There we go. Space Marine 2, Space Marine 2. Perfection. Now if you spam it, nothing will happen. Don't worry. I got you. Okay. Guys, leave the room. You have to type it all together. Space Marine 2, Space Marine 2. Like that. Good luck, everyone. Yeah. Yeah, we got 2 codes, so... Okay, 117 people, 120. Any suggestions? Try the original Watch Dogs. It's pretty cheap. What if you won? I haven't. You know what? I could actually show you on screen what it looks like. We still have more than 30 seconds, so don't worry. You still have time to enter. Even when I'm drawing, you can enter. One sec. Let me hide everything. And let me try and log in through here so you guys can see everything. I think it makes more sense. Sorry for the sound. My chair, I think, needs a replacement. It's too noisy. Okay, we're 2 minutes. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, no, I cannot show you. Oh well, better than nothing, I guess. Okay, we have 144 entries. Okay, yeah, I think I'd rather show you on the screen. Okay, so we choose a winner in 3, 2, 1. Bloodslinger. Bloodslinger. Are you here, sir? Bloodslinger. Oh, you can see the screen. Sorry, I forgot. I'll just show you the game at this point. Oh, he's here. Okay, finally. Awesome. Okay, Bloodslinger is the first winner. Let's add him to Steam. So if you don't have me on Steam, please look it up and add me. Tell me what is your Steam name? And I'll add you. Kurt Cocaine. Funny name. Yeah, sure. Confirm. Congrats, man. So you're the first winner. But I need you to add me on Steam. So look me up and tell me what is your Steam name. So congrats to him. We still have another code to give away, so don't worry. Keep entering. Yeah, buy a lottery ticket as well. So Bloodslinger, once you add me, please tell me your Steam name. I need you. Imagine if he wins again. No, that's not going to happen. Code works in all countries? Yeah, it should. Okay, Yoda the Quifer. Gotcha. It's you then. So, Yoda the Quifer. Last online 5 hours ago? No, that's BS. He just added me. Let me hide my screen so I can give him a code. I'm doing this in real time so I don't fuck up. I'll do it on my main PC. Frick it. Keep entering, by the way, you still have a chance. Hey. By the way, congrats, Mr. Yoda. Where is it? Here we go. Your hands are shaking? Okay, activate the code and let me know if it works. It would be nice to know that you could activate it. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Come on, keep going, guys. I'll give you another 2 minutes to enter. You can spam if you want, that's okay. The system won't kick you out. It works, awesome. Happy for you, Yoda the Quifer. Enjoy the game. You should be able to play it right now. I think it's the Ultimate Edition, so you should be good. There you go. In the meantime, on screen, I'll show something interesting. Yeah, just keep spamming. We're getting there. There's so many entries, guys. Holy hell. And again, thanks to you guys and to Focus Entertainment for providing the codes. I wanted one code, but they gave me 3, so I keep one for the review and 2 of them to give to you guys because they wanted me to play it with friends but I don't have friends that can play games at this time because they are at work, so yeah. Okay. "15 seconds remaining to get the winner. The last winner. Excitement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Nicho Suave. Nicho Suave. Nicho Suave. Nicho Suave, si estás ahí, tenés 2 minutos para contestar. So, you have 2 minutes. If you're there, type something. Tell me your Steam name and add me to Steam so I can see if if you exist. Sorry guys, sorry to the rest. Thanks for participating. Still, he didn't respond, so come on. Nicho Suave. He's here, yeah, definitely here, I mean. Come on, Nicho Suave. Congrats. GG. He's here, yeah. Come on, type something! Yeah, he left. Ah, there we go. There you are. Okay. Send me an invite for Steam. I'll add you and I'll send you the code. Tell me your Steam name, by the way. I need it. Your exact Steam name, and I'll send you the code right now. That's all I need. Once you give me that, I'll send the code and boom, you'll be playing the game. 1050 Ti, yeah, right after this one. I send the code and we'll be there, guys. On the 1050 Ti. Let's see if we can wreak havoc with it. By the way, my Steam is Santiago. Implying box cringe, bro. What do you mean? Is your old 750 Ti 2 or 4 gigabytes? It's 2 gigabytes. So we're screwed. Okay, I have new ones. Nice names, by the way. You guys are very creative. So what's the name of your Steam? Nicho Suave. Will be nice to know. Oh, Bloodslinger, you got late. You're late, man. I waited 2 minutes. I've seen the chat. Oof. That hurts. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I already have both winners over here. But I need Josuave to tell me his Steam account. Yeah, I just need the name. You sent it. Okay. But what's the name? Oh, you're Joda. I thought you were the first one. God, that scared the crap out of me. Okay. I'm happy you're going to enjoy the game then. You're Joda. Sorry, I got confused. Man, that gave me a heart attack. Yeah, I'm adding everyone, but I don't know who Nicho Suave is on Steam, unless he tells me his name. So I'm kind of stuck here. Yoda from Star Wars to Space Marine 2, not bad. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, 4 days before release as well. But I need your name. Jesua 77 Soldier. Jesua 77 Soldier. There you are. Hi there. And I'm going to send you the code on my computer, my main computer. So nobody activates it before you. Joshua 77 Soldier. There you go. Okay, sent you the code. Let me know if you got it, please. That would be nice. I just want to make sure that you got it. In the meantime, thank you guys for participating. I try to give away games as much as I can. In this case, they gave me a lot of codes. So by a lot of code, I mean 2 to give away. So that's perfect. Yeah. See you on the battlefield, soldier. Soldiers. Alright, so for the 1050 Ti, we're going to be doing FSR2 on performance at 720, just to make sure the VRAM doesn't die. But thanks guys for participating. I appreciate that. I'm trying to do a good giveaway way by doing it myself. I don't trust anybody, honestly. Some people give them to mods or something. I'm just doing it myself. Recién llegas, uff. I've seen the chat for you. Okay. So we're out of the game. Let's do 1050 Ti at 720 low. ¿Hablas español? Sí. ¿Había sorteo? Sí. Estuvimos como 10 minutos con eso. Bueno, vamos a cambiar la gráfica. Let's change the graphics card. There we go. Haven't seen the code yet. I sent it over. Check your Steam. Hang on. Open your Steam chat. I think that's the issue. I'll keep typing though. I think if you're offline, you're not going to get messages. Go online and yeah, it says that you're offline. I still added you, so you should be okay. Yeah, it says you're offline. So make sure you're logged into Steam. Sometimes I do the same thing and I don't get any messages, but just check that. I still have you on Steam, so nothing to worry about. Just make sure you send me a message on Steam and you're online, and you should be good. No, Eduardo, di 2 copias del juego completo, la Ultimate Edition. No de códigos de beta. 1650 desktop has been defeated by the 4060 laptop on the Steam hardware survey. Insane. That's crazy. Okay. Let me see if the drivers are there. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to put my screen at 720. There we go. Okay. We're in with a giant MSI Afterburner because I'm at 720. 1050 Ti. Let's go. Yeah, I sent you to your messages on Steam. Open your Steam chat and you should see it. It's just suave. Merece Clint, con mucho gusto. Are you playing? You get your key yet? I mean, if you don't buy the Ultimate Edition, you can play it on Monday. So if you have the Ultimate Edition, you can play it today, starting from today. Which I think is BS, but still. That's how it goes. Preying on FOMO to sell Ultimate Edition copies. Predicting 35. We'll see. It's compelling shaders, so... Oh, sorry. Do you think the 6600 is good enough for that game? Yeah. I'm not sure about 1440p, but with quality FSR at 1440p, I'm guessing it will be okay. Maybe you can get an older GPU like an 980 Ti. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad card, all things considered. Although on DX12 games, sometimes it has issues on the most demanding ones. Yeah, it's free money for them, yeah. FSR performance. Alright, so 720 FSR performance, low. Let's see if the textures even load. If they load, it will be a huge funsies. What about game duration? It's like 9 to 10 hours campaign. Then there's co-op missions, and you can also have multiplayer. $1654 gigs. Rewind the stream. I already did it. Okay. We seem to be good. I think we can actually push it a bit. Let's see once enemies start showing up though. You completed the game already? No. I played 2 missions. I have time. Okay, so texture quality is broken. Definitely. I can see it on the size of the armor. But who knows? Yeah, maybe 1080p performance. How has the game been in terms of gameplay? So far so good. Okay, yeah, I went a little bit too far with FSR.
By what evidence?
I mean, we're playing at half 720p. I was a bit aggressive. Let's go 1080p with performance FSR 2. Which is 540p. Okay. Let's do 1080 lowest FSR performance. Internally 540p, but looks better than 540p.
Something is off.
There we go. 30 FPS. This is actually pretty impressive. Yeah, the ground is not loaded, but 4 gigs of VRAM.
Weapons ready.
Yeah, 1050 Ti lives to see another game. Would you look at that? Broken textures like on the 1650 because 4 gigs of VRAM. But you can actually do performance FSR on 1080p, internally 540p, but it looks pretty good. And by pretty good I mean the resolution, considering which card I'm playing with. I mean, I was expecting hard lock at 20 FPS. Oof, I didn't see this guy. Probably I'm going to drop to 900p though, just because of the fact that it's going to, yeah, when enemies show up, I cannot see anything. But hey, here it is. Yeah, maybe 900p is a better idea to have some room above 30 for the hordes of enemies. But it works. Kinda nuts. Wasn't expecting that.
I must be more vigilant.
I'm trying to dodge, but my timing is so freaked up.
All the fire! Watch your flanks.
FSR quality? Nah, that's too much. Maybe at 720 if you want FSR quality. But going above this I think makes no sense. We were dropping into the low 30s.
Clearing the way.
So yeah, this game is not on PS4, right? Man, I still completely fuck up the quick time events. Sorry, the pairing. Shoot you in the face. Points. Is there a frame generation option? No, but there will be one in the future.
See those tricks.
Oh man. I love those camera angles when you shoot him in the face. What about 3054 gig? No alt gen? Then this game runs on the 1050 Ti, but not on PlayStation 4. Whoops.
I am down.
1080p Ultra. Give me 1 sec. I want to beat this boss first.
Restocking.
Oh, there we go. Steam pack.
I am
Oh,
up.
fine. There we go. And I got him through the wall. Oh, grenades that stick to the enemies. I need that.
Frag grenade deployed.
There we go. Badass. That. I love that camera angle when you shoot them in the face. That's awesome. There we go. Reduce 2 atoms. PS4 will be 2 CPU limited? Yeah, that's a good point.
Grabbing equipment. Major Sakana, you were correct. There was a lictor out here.
I suspect you have already dealt with it.
Yeah, punch it!
Indeed, it will not trouble you again.
Okay. Let's do 1080p Ultra on native just for the memes. And we're good.
Good, my lord.
There we go. 1080p Ultra. And there you go. You have a cinematic frame rate. Oh, wrong keyboard. LOL. Look at that.
Changing magazine.
And the characters are not loading. 4 gigs of VRAM. Wow. Yeah. I was so happy when I saw that gun floating. Look at that. Flying guns, yeah. Easy fix, play on low. I think it's because textures are on ultra. There we go. Textures on ultra does that to our 4GB card. But hey, it works on 1080p performance FSR. Mind blown. Yeah. Just on play on ultra. Do yourself a favor. And before I go, I'll do 720. Without upscaling, because many of you guys are probably used to that on newer games on this card. But I'm sorry, I'm doing low settings. I'm just increasing ambient occlusion and reflections because I can. And there you go, 720 native. Low settings plus SSIO and SSR. So you got reflections, ambient occlusion, no upscaling at 720. This is actually pretty impressive, actually. And you also have reflections.
The lictor is a capable foe.
A welcome challenge.
A welcome challenge.
I fear we would have joined Cordanus and Septimus.
The 1050 Ti is like, yeah, finally. A welcome challenge.
Lictors hunt alone. The facility is in ruin.
Let us hope
I'd say floating guns are more fun. Yeah, definitely.
Archmagos, we have arrived.
Ah, well, you got muddy textures. Like on the 1650, but that's a VRAM issue. Your 1650 will be fine. The thing is, due to the 4 gigs of VRAM, textures are not going to be good. Which again is understandable, all things considered. And here I'm getting 60s because I'm looking at a wall. Rogue Ally, yeah, it will be fine.
Archmagos, the entrance is inoperative.
I'm going to do it probably either later today or tomorrow. We'll see. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did playing it on PC instead of Steam Deck like I did yesterday. And I'm blown away that M50 Ti can actually play it. Good for the card, all things considered. And on the Steam Deck we don't have enough CPU power to run it at 30s, unfortunately. So there's that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, guys. And I'll see you next time. Thank you. See you later. Love you all.
Ready to deploy special
Bye bye. Boy. I'll keep playing this game probably after doing the timestamps. It's very satisfying.